All right, guys. So it's pretty much December 30th, 2025. We have 2 more days left of the year, and I really want to make a very like interesting video about you know gratitude. I feel like that's gonna really help you guys so freaking much. This video will actually change your life today, but only if you actually take it. Because most people just never really confront themselves. They never really sit down with themselves and isolate and really think about the patterns and everything. And it all comes down to gratitude at the end of the day because there's two kinds of people in this world: people that are surviving and people that are building. Right? They're out of survival loop and they're actually present in the moment, right? And there's this quote online: every like man has two lives, first one and second one. So the second one starts when people realize they only have one, right? Because there's a lot of this might piss some people off, but there's a lot of people who are religious, and obviously I was born a Christian, but I'm the kind of person that has a lot of self-awareness, and I feel like no matter what, if there's religion or not, which in my personal opinion, you know, it's probably not, but it doesn't really affect you on a day-to-day basis if there's religion or not, because at the end of the day, as far as we know, we only have one life, and people, we as humans, we always try to find meaning in everything, but really the truth is we create meaning. Either we create narratives or whatever, or we confront things and integrate. You know what I mean? That's how I personally find meaning. Some people just avoid everything, create a narrative, and push everything away. Or some people actually integrate, they find meaning, and actually either grow or heal or whatever. So gratitude is super important. Once you realize everything is temporary, that's where your second life happens. Second life happens is basically when second life happens is that's basically just getting out of survival, because most people around me, they're just surviving. You know what I mean? And that's okay if you're just surviving. But the thing is, like, you guys are living life like you have 200 or 500 lives. You guys are living like you have infinite lives, like in a video game. I mean, sure. If you like, everyone lives in survival at some point, and I did as well. But I was, the last 4 or 5 months, I was pretty much kind of growing on internally and trying to survive at the same time, because I think, yeah, my nervous system was clearly dysregulated. I pretty much isolated myself quite a bit, and when you isolate yourself, what happens? You kind of like maybe overthink, and we as humans kind of regulate with each other because that can feel safe. That's not threatening in a sense. But anyway, that's besides the point. I was talking about we only have pretty much one life, and everything is temporary. It's like you being in the ocean with the when you go for surfing, right? There's only a certain wave you're gonna get when you surf, right? So, and when that wave goes away, there's the entire ocean. That means the waves are temporary, but ocean will be there. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not sure if the ocean is going to be there forever, but still, the Earth might, like our entire planet, is basically probably also temporary, because at some point, there might be some kind of like outburst in the galaxy or something, and everything's going to collapse. So who fucking knows? But the truth is everything is temporary. Relationships are temporary. Your life is temporary. Your car can be temporary. If if it's not going to be forever. At some point it's going to be temporary. And there's cats. Everything is temporary. But what you have to understand, that that's what makes life special. You know what I mean? Like that's what actually makes life special, and that's how you actually become present in the moment. You know what I mean? Like you become present because when you have gratitude, that's where the growth starts. That's where you start building, and that's very important. If you just think about it, like you know, and you have to find gratitude in bad and good moments. Like you might know like some people and what they did to you, or some person died or something. Like you have to understand, you know, that you were able to experience them, and and that's amazing because life is all about experiencing the universe itself. That's all it is. That's people say we have a soul, but soul is really us experiencing the universe itself, and that's what we say we call consciousness in a sense, right? That's what consciousness is basically you being aware of yourself. And there's not a lot of animals out there actually they're aware of themselves. There's I don't know, dolphins, or I don't know which animals, I kind of forgot, but that's pretty much, yeah, consciousness, guys. You experience yourself, the universe, and yeah, what I was trying to say is that yeah, life is all about creating meaning, creating experiences, and basically living to the fullest and with no regrets. Like, and there's no point of like not being grateful for your life and what happened to you, because the real growth starts when you are grateful. That's where the momentum starts. And man, I think it was a game changer for me, because when you go through like a really rough time or rock bottom, you basically realize, you know like, and you lose meaning or something in your life, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, especially when you lose a relationship or something like that. I feel like that's taking huge it take a huge hit on you, or your old identity. So you kind of lose your identity, or your fire, or your edge, if you kind of lose meaning in a sense, or whatever. And where I'm going with this is basically that sometimes life has no meaning, but when I was digging deeper, I realized, that we basically create meaning, and everything in life is temporary. You know what I mean? So there's nothing we can do about that. But I think once you understand that, you can have gratitude for every single moment in your life. I think yesterday this guy Anthony Joshua, here we go again. He almost died in a car crash in Nigeria. You know what I mean? Um, and that's tough, because like life can go away in a second. So that's why it's important that you wake up, live like this is your last life, because let's be honest, it probably is. Like, because if you think about it, we are just human beings, just like other animals. We're basically just experiencing the universe itself, and and we always try to create meaning. What happens in the afterlife or whatever, that's us humans trying to create meaning, because there's no meaning to life, and that's what makes special. That's what makes life special in a sense, right? And that's why, when you realize that, you're gonna realize that yeah, gratitude is the most important thing. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of ways in how people cope, and and how they find meaning, right? How did you know life happen? Like, what was before everything? But asking these questions, like asking like, what's northern, like more northern, like, how do you say it? Like, what's more north than the North Pole, right? So what's more north? I guess nothing. North is north, right? So you know I feel like, yeah, that's a very interesting point. I feel like and I feel like religion, sometimes can be avoidance from like escape from the reality in a sense, like because people cannot confront themselves or their patterns or whatever. So you have to pay attention to that. But I don't think it's a bad thing if it really helps you. But yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, yeah. If you like think about it, it's basically whatever doesn't help you like right now or tomorrow. Like if it doesn't change your life, cool. If it does help you in a positive way, you know, sure that's good as well. But I feel like the most important thing is that we stay present and that we're grateful, for everything that happened in our lives, and yeah, just be more present because I feel like that's definitely what's missing nowadays, and that's something we don't really think about, and it's very important. Yeah. So to wrap it up, I'm gonna also like bring some interesting facts that might help you guys, and that is basically, yeah, I think that the gratitude really just changed everything for me, and a lot of people live life unconsciously, just trying to survive. But conscious living is a completely different thing. Imagine if there was two versions of you, one that was living and just surviving, um, and there was the other one where you're like actually living for a living. You know what I mean? That is a completely different thing. That is where you actually, not just trying to survive, but you're actually building something and you're staying present. And that's, if you're not staying present, that's where what happens is life just moves. And at some point, you wake up and you're 40. You know what I mean? So that's not really the best thing. And, I feel like gratitude is also the way to go because, you know, yeah, you're going to appreciate the moments a lot more. And for me personally, it was just a game changer. So I thought I would share it with you guys. But yeah, so basically, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Perhaps I'll make another follow up video if I have more random thoughts like that. I mean, and I feel like to me this was a game changer. And if you guys really think about it, it's gonna change your lives, I feel like. But yeah, today is actually December 30th, 2025. I feel like I said, I'm already mentally towards 2026 in a sense. But look, guys, if you're staying present every single day, you're gonna be, oh shit, it's not the end of the year yet. It's still December 30th. It's not December 31st. So people already live in the future. Oh, it's already 2026. I'm gonna postpone everything for January. It's come on, guys. Like that's not really how you stay present. That's how you kind of avoid until the life hits you, and you're 40, out of shape or whatever. And yeah, actually, yeah, um, have to say that 2025 gave me a lot of lessons, and yeah, definitely expanded very much internally. But once you shift internally, everything externally it's gonna shift for you as well. So everything happens on the inside, and then you just reflect the world on the outside based on who you are, right? But yeah, guys, if you have any questions down below, just yeah, drop it down there. I'll leave my social media and everything down below, and I'm super excited to make more videos like this. And if it was helpful, leave a like and subscribe, obviously. You can also like book a call with me one on one if there's anything I can do for you. If I can even help in the first place. But definitely coming soon, guys. All right, so that's pretty much it. See you in the next one.